Hey guys, what's going on? So we all like money, right? We all do. And if you're younger, it can be a lot harder to figure out the best ways to actually make it, and I understand this, I experienced it. So if you buy my 5-step course for 3 easy payments of $59.99 down below, I'm gonna teach you the best ways to maximize your profit as a teen. Okay, I'm kidding. We're not talking about how to buy my course or sell in any courses today, but I do want to talk about a few different ways that you can make some side income or even a main source of income as a young person in your teens or 20s with a few methods here. This channel is about personal finance where you're hopefully building some wealth and then learning to manage it wisely. So if it does help you out at all, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. It does help me when you do that. I do want to make a quick disclaimer that a lot of these side hustles here, which I hate using that word, but a lot of these side hustles will take some initiative from you guys. But with this said, you'll also be able to make a substantial amount of income. They will be some things that you can actually make more than minimum wage from, and that is the goal as a teenager, early 20s person. Hopefully you'll be able to build a substantial amount of wealth from them. All right, so this first one is going to be mowing lawns. You may have heard this one before, but it's very, very effective. I've done it a lot through my teens and 20s, and you can make a substantial amount of income. I'm talking thousands of dollars over certain amounts of time with this one. It depends on where you live, but a suburban area is typically the best to make a large amount of income from lawn mowing, especially if you live in an area with a lot of older generations or possibly elderly people. These people a lot of times need help with their lawns being mowed. And as a young person in your teens or 20s, this can be a great place where both parties are benefiting. If you have parents with a lawnmower, this could be a great place to ask them if you can use the lawnmower, if you maintain and buy gas for it, and you'll still make a profit. If they don't want to lend you the lawnmower at all, you can also search online and find one. Some of them are generally pretty cheap and also still work for what you need them for. They might not have all the latest new gadgets and gizmos on them, but that's not really what you need if you're just trying to start out a lawn mowing business to see if you enjoy it. For finding business, this is where I was talking about. It does take some initiative. So what you can do, sometimes you'll just be asked as you grow up. I was asked by some people, but if you're mowing your family's lawn, people might start asking. Also, you can go around to different neighbors and just bring up the idea to them, whether it's at parties or you're just walking around the neighborhood, and you can just say, hey, I am in the market for looking for different lawns that I can mow, and if this is ever something that interests you, feel free to contact me. Here's my information. Don't be pushy because they're your neighbors. You don't want to annoy them, but you can at least open the conversation to them. Also, if you have the phone numbers or cell phone numbers of some of the people in your neighborhoods personally or through cell phone books that a lot of the neighborhoods have, you're able to contact them and just reach out and allow them to know that you are opening for business, right? You are basically allowing them to understand that if they need someone on a trip or something, they can contact you. Some of your clients will want you to just do their lawn intermittently when they're on vacation at a cabin or somewhere else, but some of them, if you do it long enough, will actually want you to maintain their lawn over a long period of time, and like the whole summer consistently. Maybe this is because they're old and don't want to do it anymore. Maybe it's just because they don't feel the need to do it anymore and want to outsource. But whatever the case may be, they're great sources of income, and this is probably one of my favorite ways to do it. If I have one other tip, it's just to try to clump lawns together if you're doing multiple in a day. This will save time and money because you won't have to get out the lawnmower multiple times, you won't have to shower multiple times, and it will just save you a lot of hassle in the process. It might get tough sometimes and hot, especially on days like today. That's why I'm not wearing a flannel today, because it is so humid and hot here that I am absolutely sweating right here. I am burning up. I'm scorching. All right, with that said, let's move on to the next money maker tip, side hustle that I have for you guys, and that's going to be to start either a blog or YouTube channel or something of that kind. Now, I do want to clarify that I think this one is better to start as a hobby before you just look at it as a job, because this type of blog or YouTube channel style is going to take a long time to actually profit off of. You're going to have to put in a lot of work up front. I would actually argue that this might be the most time consuming of all the ones that I have on this list. But I would also argue that if you enjoy it, it's going to be one of the most fun, because the video making process or blog writing process is a true hobby and a true passion for a lot of people. So this one can make you a lot of money if you're able to monetize in the future. With this said, once you are actually head deep into either your YouTube channel or blog, think about looking at it from a business perspective as well, aside from just a hobby, because at the end of the day, you do need to figure out ways to profit from whatever you're doing. If it's a YouTube channel, try to find a niche, unless you have an extremely entertaining personality, which some people out there do have, but the vast majority of people and YouTubers out there do need to find a niche for themselves that they can kind of sink their teeth into. That might mean that the market is not completely saturated, oversaturated with people. That might mean that it's something that you're passionate about and have a large knowledge on. It really is going to depend on you guys, but try to find that niche if you can, and that's a good starting point. There's a lot of videos on YouTube that are going to teach you about this, and I'm not going to go into that head first right now, but try to find a niche. This goes for the blog as well. You're going to want to find something to focus on, because you got to think of what value are you bringing to your viewers. Are you bringing them a certain service, a certain education, or a certain entertainment? And then really dig into what specifically that will be. This one is unique because for a long time, you probably won't make any money at all. But if you stick with it and if you find success and your certain market within either a YouTube channel or blog or whatever that might be, you'll be able to probably make the most money off of this one compared to mowing lawns or any of the other ones that I have on this list. All right, number 3 is going to be to think about selling some of your old items. Now, this kind of fades into the minimalist idea, and I'm not saying to become a complete minimalist. Rather, what I am recommending is that if you sell some of the items that you haven't used in a long time, which I know personally, I buy things through the years and you begin to stop using them after a few. If you sell some of these electronics particularly, but even clothes and random miscellaneous items that you have, you can profit off these a lot online. And I know I've personally done this a ton in my years. Think about if you have a computer and you get a new monitor and you don't need the old one, you can sell an old one. Or maybe you bought a new camera, you can sell the old camera. Now, this probably works best with things that cost a lot of money, like electronics, but really you can do this with any type of item. It doesn't have to be electronics. Just make sure that if you're selling clothes or something that is not as expensive, I want you to be sure that your revenue is more than your expenses, whether that's through shipping or whatever your costs are actually accumulating. Personally, I actually dislike the clutter that you begin to have over the years if you keep all the stuff that you buy. And as a society, we can kind of be materialistic, but it's good, in my opinion, to get rid of some of these things, because the things that sit around my house stress me out more than they actually benefit me, because I'm thinking, okay, my place is dirty now, rather than having a clean place and more money. That's a win-win in my mind, but it's an opinion. I get it. It's an opinion. All right, so number 4 is going to be for all you 18-plus-year-olds, and that's going to be to donate plasma. This is a common one, but a lot of kids don't actually know about it, and I want to make it clear that this is actually a great way to make some side cash, right? So if you go and donate plasma for an hour or two, you can, depends on your area significantly, so you'll have to check around your area, but you can make $30, $50 depending on your visit, and then you can do this a few times a month, depending again on your area and your certain genetics. A lot of people will say this is the best way to make beer money or whatever, but you can also make this money and invest it or save it. That's what we're going to be talking about on this channel because we're nerds. I do also want to note, the more you weigh, the more plasma you're able to give, meaning the more money you make. So if you're lanky like me, you're not making as much, but you'll still make a decent amount. And if you're weighing more here, you might be in business. And finally, number 5 is going to be a little more vague and a little more open-ended, but I think that's important for you guys to think about. And that's just going to be to find something that you're skillful in or interested in and basically make a niche market out of that. So this could be anything from social media help for small businesses to paintless dent repair for people that need it on Craigslist or some other site. Now, if you're thinking about paintless dent repair or something, you can buy a kit for $50 or less online, and you're actually able to help people with small and medium-sized dents on their car and upcharge it. A lot of shops do this as well. They might get a heat gun or a paintless dent repair kit, and you're able to fix dents that other people aren't able to. Some businesses also might want social media help if they have an older generation that is managing the company. A lot of younger generations know a lot more about what to post on social media and other things like this. Now, with both of these said, you don't need to start acting like you're a business professional, because if you're young, that's probably not the case, right? What I would say is just try to be as open and honest about the situation as you can be. Say you're trying to make some side money, you do have experience in whatever niche that you're looking to enter, and then try to just make a good first impression on them with confidence, knowledge of what you're doing, and try to prepare yourself. These services are going to take a lot of initiative and proactive work from you guys out there, but all of you can do it. You just need to start practicing on a small scale, and don't try to mislead any companies with what you're trying to sell as a service or product. If you do find a good niche to sell your skill into, it'll be pretty useful to you because you'll be able to make some good side cash, but also the schedule will generally be pretty flexible. You'll be able to do it when you want, and it'll hopefully be something you're also interested in. Also, if you find one of the niche markets to basically sell your service into, it's going to look great on your resume in the future, and it will help you out in the long run. But again, I do want to recommend against doing anything that you don't understand how to do or you're just doing to make money. You have to be a genuine and honest person here, and you don't want to mislead someone or mislead a customer and get yourself in trouble. If you're younger and have parents to help you out, definitely consult them. They'll probably be able to give you a little guidance here. But I think taking the initiative to start something on your own is an amazing learning experience and will also help you out a lot in your future. All right, this is just a quick video for you guys. I hope you did enjoy. If you did, please make sure to leave a like and subscribe. It helps out the channel a ton. If you want to make yourself a little bit of additional side cash, and me, make sure to check out my link down below for the WeBull account. If you set up a new account and deposit $100 or more within the first 30 days, you'll receive 2 free stocks, one of which being valued up to $1,400. So this is a great way to just kind of help out both of us, and I hope you guys did enjoy the video. Stay safe, and I will see you guys very, very soon. Peace!